What's up, guys? Dylan here. Doing a team talk. Been saying that I'm gonna do it for quite some time, so here we go. This is that UU Switcher team that I had been posting videos of the last couple of days. Um, like I said, Jolteon and Tornadus got banned to OU, so a third of this team is gone. I can't use it anymore. I anyway, let's get started. Decided to lead with Armaldo. The first couple versions of this team had Crustle as a lead, but I really needed a spinner with Tornadus with his weakness to Stealth Rocks, so I decided to go with Armaldo instead. It does a lot that Crustle did support-wise. Stealth Rocks and Rapid Spin, Protect and Stone Edge for attacking. It's not as powerful of an attacker, and I had to invest a lot in my defenses to give it more survivability. When Crustle with Sturdy was naturally had more survivability. I don't even know if survivability is a word, but I'm just gonna pretend it is. Um, so I had to invest more in defenses, and it's less of a physical threat than Crustle is, but it worked better for this team. Next, I have Victini with the Choice Band. As you can see, all three of my sweepers here are choiced. Um, Victini has the choice band, the V-Create, Fusion Bolt, Zen Headbutt, and U-Turn, with V-Create and Zen Headbutt as stab moves. I I think that I used Zen Headbutt only a couple times even. Um, I didn't use it much, but there's nothing better to go in. I just used these three moves all the time. So whatever. There's nothing else that I could have used. I have full attack, full speed, um, Jolly in Nature to boost the speed. Very, very powerful Pokemon for how tiny it is. If it had a better ability, you know, then it would probably be OU. Definitely, probably definitely. Victory Star's not useful at all for single battles, but had the choice band on it, and uh, so I could go in and U-turn out if I had to, or I could just powerfully hammer away at people with V creates. Worked very well. A little bit of redundancy between the Fusion Bolt and the Thunderbolt Volt switch on Jolteon, but it was okay. It wasn't too bad. Just that little bit's not a big deal. So next we have Jolteon here with the choice specs. Full spec attack, full speed, timid nature to boost the speed. T-Bolt, Shadow Ball, Volt Switch, and Hidden Power Ice. Um, Hidden Power Ice came in so useful for Jolteon. It's a pretty standard set. With this Volt absorbability was beautiful when I was in with Melodic or Tornadus, and you can just switch into Jolteon to absorb what they would think would KO a Pokemon and just heal myself instead is an amazing ability. I love Volt Absorb. Um, and the choice specs worked extremely well. Very powerful special sweeper. That's why it got moved back up to OU because the people in OU were like, let's just use Jolteon. It's awesome. Anyway, so next I have Tornadus. Tornadus initially was a mixed sweeper with the choice scarf, but I decided to go pretty much purely physical. Um, I went hammer arm. I think I used to have focus blast or something. I didn't. Yeah, I used to have focus blast instead of hammer arm. Um, and grass knot is still like a remnant, but I never. Again, this is one where I only used these three attacks, so it didn't really matter. Oh, you know what? Actually, Hurricane's special too. Hmm. Oh yeah, I guess that I did end up keeping the full spec. Why did I go into an adamant nature? I don't understand. That was a poor decision. This probably would have been better in naughty nature. Hmm. Oh well. Too late now. Can't use this team anymore. Um, yeah, that naughty nature definitely would have helped with that spec attack. Uh, Giving a little bit more power to the hurricane. Um, but yeah, so Tornadus was a mixed sweeper, all the way through, and it worked extremely well mixed. That stab hurricane is so powerful, and if the enemy was foolish enough to put rain up, that 100% accuracy is beautiful. So then I had two walls here. Porygon 2 was a more of a tank than a wall, with a full spec attack and but still full HP. And I had the modest nature, so I was boosting my spec attack. Definitely more offensively based than a pure walling Porygon 2. Holding the Violate Stone, of course, because that boosts the defense and Spec D, so it works very well on a tanking P2. Discharge and Ice Beam, recover for the recovery, obviously, and Tri Attack. Beautiful, Discharge Ice Beam is the same coverage as T-Bolt Ice Beam. Why? And oh yeah, I was using T-Bolt, and then I switched to Discharge because it's got the 30% chance to paralyze, which is a pretty decent chance. It's the same as Scald gets to burn, and you get Scald burns all the time. So, I switched to Discharge instead of T-Bolt, and then uh, next was Melodic, which was just a pure wall, Spec D and defense with the Marvel scalability. Um, is beautiful. That Marvel scale boosts the defense, and then the Spec D is so high already. And with the rest talk here, you just go to sleep, your defense goes up, and then you can sleep talk and pull the other two moves. Can take anything. A little bit of speed EVs just to outspeed Pokemon with the same base speed, which is nice because Melodic's naturally fairly quick. So, oh yeah, P2. I have the download now. I started with the Trace. I ended up switching in the later versions of this team. Uh, Download ended up being a lot more useful for an offensive-based Porygon 2 if you could go in to a Pokemon with a lower Spec D and then use that download to get a free boost of your Spec attack. It's a really nice thing. Trace is good for defensive P2s, which it started more defensive, but I ended up switching it to more of a tanky P2 towards the end. Um, and then that's pretty much it. I get pretty good coverage on just about anything. Between these two, I could switch out and take a move from most Pokemon, and then switch back into one of these three to hit really hard right back. And both of these with full speed boosted, and then the Tornadus with the Scarf to boost his speed. They worked really well. I think that most of these are base Smogon sets. The Tornadus set isn't. The Tornadus set I kind of came up with on my own. Um, Fairly obvious though. The Hammer Arm, like that one guy Upstart was calling me gimmicky for using Hammer Arm on a Scarf Tornadus, but I don't know. If it's not on Smogon, that makes it a gimmick. What? Like a mixed attacker is something that exists. Why is that a gimmick? Anyway, um, so that's it. That was this team. Fared fairly well for me. Like I said, got me to the second page. I was somewhere around rank 50, which was pretty good for me. I've never been that high before. Hopefully I'll get there again with another team. Anyway, thank you for watching. Get a battle or two up soon. Probably gonna start live recording PO battles, and we'll see how that comes out for me. Um, Keep coming back, keep putting more stuff up.